go ahead and now take questions for UC Riverside head coach John Margaritis here in the center.
Hi, John. I'm Jerry Longman from the New York Times. What are your impressions of WBK?
Obviously, this is a very tough matchup. She's a very tough matchup for us. It's a very tough matchup for a lot of people. I think what makes her so special is the level that she can turn it on to throughout the season when we have played some of the people that are now competing in the NCAA tournament. I think that what makes them unique is their ability to get from point A to point B with strength and quickness. And she does that as well as anybody. And I really think that obviously she's relentless, but she's a different level in terms of her athleticism and in terms of her ability to just get after it. I think you always arrive late enough to just be there to either watch her make something or foul her.
Any other questions?
I'll ask one, Jim Alexander from the Press Enterprise. This is your guys' third NCAA tournament now in 5 years. We were talking yesterday, you talked about raising the level of this program. And you've played top opponents in the preseason, but is this basically another level from all the teams that you've seen before? And I guess the second part of that question would be, what will this do down the road for this program, for these players that are returning?
It's an interesting question, and the reason why I say that, it allows us, for next year, it allows us to take what we learned. We have all but 3 people return. And then it could be used as a motivator. It could be used as a measuring stick as to how hard you run on the track, how much you do this and how much you do that. The truth is that no matter how hard we run, we're not going to be able to do the same thing as some of the players from Stanford are doing. We're not going to get taller, or we're not going to get stronger or as strong as they are or as quick as they are. But it also pushes us to aspire to want to be better. I think that changes, though. A year from now, when 4 or 5 more have graduated, we'll just keep going with somebody else who has never experienced this game. I think that for the Big West Conference and for our team, we are so excited that we get so excited when we win the conference tournament. I asked our team, did you watch the celebration that Stanford had when they won their conference tournament? And they said, yeah, we watched it, but they didn't celebrate. They have bigger and better goals. It may surprise you, but this is how I think. Before the game, I told the coach, because I wasn't sure, Coach Vanderveer, I wasn't sure if I was going to see her later or if I could talk to her, and I wished her good luck for the rest of the tournament. It did not mean that we weren't going to compete. It did not mean that I told my team that don't lose by too many points. It just meant that there's competition, there's reality, and then there is that one part where you can overcome reality. And going in, you hope to be able to change that reality. It does not mean, though, that we are the same level or the same place. Even if you win one game, we have work to do. We have to, for us to compete, we have to get bigger inside. When you see people that are competing against other people who are good, they're bigger inside. And we had a couple of people, and they didn't play, but they have got ways to go before we can get there. But for us to compete at the NCAA level, I think we need to be bigger inside. And then we have to have a lot more than 1 or 2 people that can compete inside. So there is a blueprint that when you get to the NCAA tournament, you see what's going on, you see how good those teams are, and then you think, okay, I need to get this part and this part and this part, and then you start eliminating reasons why you cannot compete, and then when you eliminate enough reasons, then you're able to compete. I think we've figured out how to compete in our conference. Now we've got to be able to get to that next level. and we're working hard towards that.
Question here in the front.
Hi, Elliot Allman, San Jose Mercury News. I have a follow-up to that. It was sort of a perfect segue, I think, to your elegant answer just now. Besides the Stanford being Tennessee, number one seed, won easily, number two Duke today also won. There still seems to be a disparity when it comes to women's basketball. Can you amplify on just what you said, and is there anything that the UC Riversides of the world can really do to close that gap to where there could be some March Madness fun?
I feel that maybe a day will come where young women will go to different schools other than the best in terms of wins and losses. I also feel that we've scheduled as hard as we can schedule, but then we have to start winning those games, and we have not done so. And if you do so, then you have an opportunity not to be the 16th or the 15th seed, but to be a seed that you can compete against someone that you match up better against. A couple of years ago, we were the 15th seed, and we had a pretty good situation where the team we played against was not much taller than we were, and then we were able to compete. At the same time, if we were in another section of the country, LSU was the same seed as the team that we were playing, and they were huge. And I think that if we had played that team, then the matchup was terrible for us. So you have to get to a place, I think, that the matchups are just a little bit better. And right now, 16th to 1, the matchups are not very good. Our matchup wasn't very good.
Got time for one final question here.
Ann Killian from Sports Illustrated. Just you've praised Stanford quite a bit. What do you expect from them going forward? Do you expect to see them in the title game?
I don't know if I think like that. I think that they work hard enough, and they're coached well enough, and they're good enough to do that. Now, I mean, in a given day, anything can happen. So I have no idea as to whether they're going to be there or not. I don't even want to speculate. But what I do know is that Coach Vanderveer has done a great job since he arrived here. And I think that she's men or women, she's one of the men's side or women's side, meaning she's one of the best coaches that has ever coached this game. She really understands what she's trying to do. She understands what it will take to get it done, and she goes out and gets it done.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.